Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, based on where you're watching this. Tim Judo is my name. Welcome to Oxygen TV.
Sure.
Angelo Kiir,
Yes, sir.
you're a great person, and everybody knows that.
Thank you,
But
brother.
yeah. But people would like to know more about you. Who is Angelo Kiir and all that?
Yeah, thanks to Oxygen TV for having me here. My name is Angelo Kiir. Grew up in Australia, and then eventually moved back about 2 years ago, in 2022, basically to start a business and create opportunities for the young people in the country.
How was it like growing up in Australia?
Um, it, it's always been a battle, trying to fit into an environment that you didn't grow up in, or an environment that you're constantly questioned.
Mm.
You're
Mm.
constantly questioned of who you are. And so you don't fit in the environment, but you also at the same time you think you belong there.
Mm.
So it's a constant battle. But for some of us like myself, we have decided to make a decision to come back home and feel belong, where you can fit in and where you can also create opportunities for yourself and also create opportunities for others.
That's good. When you came back from Australia, you decided to come up with a security company
Yes,
that is Leg Security.
yes.
Out of everything, why Leg Security, bro?
So the reason to me having started a security company is for a long time I enjoy security. I like security overall, both technical security and the physical security. So for long, I used to watch, things to do with FBI, the CIA, watch this documentary. So I fell in love with the security, with the security overall.
Mm.
But eventually, I was also working in the private security sector for over 15 years, and I was almost opening a security company in Australia. But then I realized that if I can open a security company here, why not go back home and start a business by opening a security company? That way, I'm able to create opportunities for a lot of young people in the country. Remember, I used to come here every year. For the last 16 years, I would come here every year, come back home and visit and hear stories from young people, where a lot of young people would talk about not having opportunities, or people have ideas of what business they want to start, all right, but they don't have the capital to do that, all right. So I said, why not come back home and start a business where I can actually give opportunities to young people, and that's what I'm doing right now. Started a business, is new, it's a young company, but I have young people who are employed, mostly university students. They can help themselves, and some are even helping their families as well.
That's great. That's good. So ever since you started that security company, do you see some changes in the environment, like around the communities where you implemented that security company in?
Yes, of course. There are clients that we provide security to, and of course, our priority as a security company
Mm.
is to make sure that there is safety for our client, and also the protection of their asset. Okay, so we serve our client, as much as we can. We provide the safety for themselves, and also the safety for not only for the tenants or the customers that comes to visit them, but also providing security for the entire environment. So that's very important.
Apart from providing security,
Yes.
are you into money, or you are into the safety of the people?
Well, like I said earlier on, I've have great interest in the security overall.
Mm.
And security is quite broad. And so myself, I come from security background overall. You can think of technical security. You can also think of physical security. I come from that background. So, and again, as I was saying earlier on, it has started when I was so young. Watching. I like things to do with spying.
Mm.
We all love spy movies, or
Mm.
most of us do love spy movies, and that's where I build an interest to actually uh, study in the field of security. So it's my field that I graduate in, and also I used to do event. I used to in Australia. I used to work at the Melbourne Olympic Park, so I did a lot of events, music events, and sporting events. Some of the
Mm.
biggest sporting event in Australia at the Melbourne Olympic Park. I've worked there for many years, and
Mm.
that's where I build a greater interest to actually have my own security company rather than working for somebody else. And to do that, to prosper, I have to come back home, create a security company, impact on lives, and that's what I've done. It's not just for money. Of course, the money comes as an interest, but the passion is there.
So, how do you think this security company that you created is going to dominate? Because we already have other security companies already, but as you, you have to dominate
Mm.
the country.
Yeah. It's not necessarily about dominating.
Mm.
It's most important. The most important things in everything that we do as human
Mm.
is to follow our passion, follow your heart, and do something that you're passionate about. Everything else that you may think of, money or whatever names, if you're all obsessed about names, that may come afterward. But the most important thing is that you follow your heart, follow your passion, and focus on pursuing.
Mr.
Yeah.
Angelo, I'm not going to agree with you on that, because how are you going to pay your employees if you
That-
can't get money?
Well, it began as a passion.
Yeah.
I have a passion in the security,
Okay.
and that passion
Mm.
led to me starting a security company.
Mm.
So I wasn't chasing the money; I was chasing my passion. Now the passion bringing the money.
Mm.
That's what it is.
That's good.
So that will come as a as a secondary thought. It's secondary rewards. It's not necessarily what I was chasing.
Okay.
I was trying to
The
pursue.
name Lex Security Services, like, where is the Lex coming from?
Why legs? Good
Mm.
question.
Mm.
And some people have had the thought that because we live in a very tribal country,
Mm.
so we have a state called Lake State, and
Mm.
a lot of time people assume that it's because I do come from the state of Lakes.
Mm.
That's not the point. So there is actually a vision behind the name Lake Security. So the idea behind the name Lake Security is coming from long-term vision that I have
Mm.
is to so Lake Security would be a company that was started in South Sudan, and that company would eventually grow to and expand into the Greater Lake region.
Mm.
Remember, most of the countries in the East African country are referred to as the Greater Lake regions, right?
Mm.
And South Sudan falls within the Greater Lakes.
Mm.
So it's a vision that Lake Security will expand into the Greater Lake region. It will go into the other countries like Kenya, Uganda in the near future.
Mm.
And also Lake Security it does not only provide physical security, which is the manpower. As Lake Security also, I mentioned that I come from a both technical and non-technical security background. And when I speak of technical, I have a cybersecurity background. So we will also be providing cybersecurity related services
Mm.
to any business that provide that deal with technology.
Mm.
Whether you run TV station, and you have you probably have information that you need to protect. We also provide cybersecurity related services as well, and also even CCTV. One of the things that we provide. Other security related technologies like emotional sensors, we also do provide those.
So how do people get you when they try to reach out to you guys?
So Lake Security Services main office is based in Tongping area or Airport Road behind Alpha Bank. We also do have a Lake Security social media. We do have Instagram. It's Lake Security Services, and we also have Facebook, Lake Security Services.
And what are the last remarks would you give people before we sign out?
So as you mentioned earlier on, that I came, I returned back from Australia. So the reason I was inspired to come back home was one is the love and the passion that I have in the industry, in the security industry, and also my passion to actually change lives. I've been coming every other year to South Sudan, and then hear stories. So I came back home to literally be part of the changes that we all are longing for as South Sudanese. So I wanted to advise the young people. I understand that most believe that it's all doom and gloom in South Sudan, but we should not quit. We should not give up. We should always chase our dreams. You have to chase something that you're passionate about. And as much as it seemed like doom and gloom, if you continue to chase your dream, you will find every possible way to actually pursue and achieve your dream. So we shouldn't give up.
Thank you very much. Guys, thank you very much for watching Oxygen TV. Remember, the show is brought to you by Sono Fashion House. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Breathe in.
This is Oxygen.